What is 3D, 5D, 4D? What the heck are we talking about? So in this video, I'm going to discuss the difference between the third dimension and the fifth dimension. I've been seeing so many videos on YouTube about like going into New Earth, and they call it 5D, New Earth, the event. So we're going to dive a little deeper into that subject on this video, so stay tuned to learn more. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss my thoughts on what 5D is and how you actually get there. Because I've been watching so many videos on YouTube regarding the New Earth or the event or 5D, New Earth. So basically, I believe that some of the videos I've seen have a similar idea that I do on this whole phenomenon, but there are other videos that kind of, they make it sound as though there's going to be some big event, something's going to happen, and we're all going to have like some kind of mass awakening, and boom, we're in New Earth. And some videos even make it sound as though New Earth is a whole different place than where we exist today. But I'm here to tell you that I don't believe that 5D or New Earth are anywhere other than where you are now. All it is an expansion of your consciousness. I decided to get my whiteboard out to show you a diagram which I learned while a student and teacher at the School of Metaphysics. And this diagram is going to represent the mind. So as you can see, it's divided into three parts. The bottom part of the triangle would represent your conscious mind. This is where you exist during your waking hours. This is where your attention is. The part of your mind called the conscious mind. Then the middle section that you see there is going to represent your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is where your awareness is while you're sleeping, and also in between lifetimes, if you believe in reincarnation. That is where your awareness exists, in subconscious mind, while you're sleeping and in between lifetimes. And then you have the top portion of the triangle, which would represent superconscious mind. Superconscious mind is your awareness as spirit. So, for instance, your superconscious mind can be known as Christ or Buddha consciousness. So those who have become enlightened beings have been using superconscious mind during their waking awareness. So here are the levels of mind again. We have the conscious mind, which represents your physical waking life while you're awake. Then we have subconscious mind, representing your awareness in dream time or your soul as well. And then you have superconscious mind, representing, this is almost like your thought form in prayer. This represents the part of you that is spirit. So we have your conscious waking existence, your soul, and your spirit. Those are the levels of mind. So keep these levels in mind as we go on in this video. So as I explained, your conscious mind is where your awareness is during your waking state. So as you move about your day-to-day life, you're using your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind is where you go during dream time. So when you fall asleep and your conscious mind is no longer awake, your awareness then moves into that middle level, your subconscious mind. So that is why I call it kind of like the house of your soul, because that is where we go when we're dreaming. Your subconscious mind is also where your awareness goes when you die and you no longer have a conscious mind in this lifetime. So basically, your subconscious mind is the part of you that stays with you from lifetime to lifetime, but it is your conscious mind, your filter for the world, really, that changes as each lifetime happens, because that's the part of you that is here in the physical world only. Your subconscious lives both in your physical life as well as in your subconscious, like during dream time as well. Because the first level inward after your conscious mind and the physical level, that area in between your conscious and subconscious mind is your emotional level. So your emotions are kind of like the little bridge that will bridge your conscious and subconscious mind. That's why your intuition and kind of like your gut feeling is so closely related to your intuition, because it's like your emotions and your feelings about things are coming not only from your conscious thinking but also subconscious mind. So that's rather interesting as well. Now, let's get back to this 5D business, because everyone's trying to say this event is going to happen, and then we're going to be in 5D, or we're going to be in New Earth, and it's all going to be like rainbows and different. What I believe is really happening is that the consciousness as a whole for humanity is expanding. So what that means is we are becoming more and more aware of who we really are as a soul. So we're just becoming more and more evolved in our consciousness. So we're not technically going anywhere. We're still going to be in the same Earth planet that we're on right now, and everything's going to maybe look and feel similar, but the difference is going to be your consciousness. All right? So let's go a little deeper now that we know the mind triangle and my idea of 5D. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper within the mind triangle diagram, shall we? We're back to the whiteboard. All right, so as you can see, I've added some subdivisions within your subconscious and superconscious mind. These subdivisions are different levels of mind within each of the main levels of mind. So as you can see, the conscious mind is still all one level, so that is your physical level. And then you have the 4 levels within your subconscious mind. The first level inward is your emotional level. And then you have the lower astral level, the higher astral level, and the mental level. And then, as you can see, your superconscious mind is divided into 2 sections. And those 2 sections could be called the causal level, and then the top being the Christ or Buddha consciousness. Okay, so we are beings who generally are aware using our conscious mind in the physical level of existence. And as you can see, all of these other levels of mind are all a part of us. Now, these could also be known as dimensions. So by moving from 3D to 5D, it could just mean that your awareness is moving into higher and higher levels of your mind. All right, so now I've added the numbers here. The 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the physical level represent dimensions. So I believe when you are conscious in the physical level, That would include one dimension, two dimension, three dimension, and the fourth dimension. And then moving on up into your inner levels of mind, you'll see the fifth through the 10th dimension. And I put an arrow moving up, just showing that it could go even beyond the 10th dimension. As you can realize, that means there are many different dimensions or ways of seeing the world. Some beings who are not human might reside in an inner level dimension, such as the 8th or ninth dimension. Maybe that is where angels and, guardians and things like that are existing, if you believe in that kind of thing. They may not have a physical body, but that's because they're not operating from the physical level of consciousness. So 5D is simply your awareness moving. I really just wanted to make this video in case you are one who might have been under the impression that some big wave event is coming and we're all just going to be, swept into a higher consciousness or a higher dimension. That may not necessarily be the way that it goes. I've also seen on a lot of the videos that they speak of the dangers of 4D, the in-between. And really the only reason that that is any problem is because when you're in the fourth dimension or the emotional level, you have access to both subconscious and conscious mind because that is the bridge between the two. Therefore, you could still experience things like fear and stuff like that when it, involved in any kind of inner level work or any inner mind work that you do. So I guess that any kind of warning that people are giving about the 4D would just kind of have to do with the fact that you're not fully moved into the fifth dimension yet, so you're still going to have those setbacks of the third dimension while you're in the fourth. But I also don't think that anyone lives in any one dimension all the time. I believe that sometimes you might be more three-dimensional. Sometimes you might be more four-dimensional. Sometimes you might be more five-dimensional. Sometimes you might be in the 10th dimension as you pray and as you speak to Jesus or do whatever other kind of spiritual work that you do. So I do believe that we are moving into 5D, which means that we'll be more fifth dimensional beings in our day-to-day life. But really all that means is that we will have expanded consciousness, we will know ourselves more deeply, and we will also expand our consciousness to include others. So I do believe that the more people are awakening into their fifth dimension mind, then it's just going to bring out more kindness, more sharing, and just more ideas and inventiveness. I do believe that the world will be a better place, but it's not going to be a big wave event that happens on a specific date and takes all the masses with them. I honestly believe that as a whole, we are all expanding our consciousness, but at this time, it's almost like the time is right at, where we are in the universe as far as the constellations go, to expand our consciousness. So I believe it's happening. We're all going into New Earth or 5D, but I believe it's on an individual basis, and I don't believe that we are physically going anywhere. I believe that what we are doing is simply expanding our consciousness to include the fifth dimension, which we already exist in, but now we're going to become more conscious of the fifth dimension. Does that make sense? I want you guys to comment down below and let me know your thoughts on 5D or the event, the wave, whatever people are calling it nowadays. I don't even know. But please let me know your thoughts down below. Since none of us really know the answer here, it all could just be a big made-up thing and it's like a big game that we're all playing. But I do believe that our consciousness is expanding. I just don't believe that it's happening like on the physical level that some people are describing this to be happening at. So I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for putting them down below. Also, if you haven't yet, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you would like to catch any of my newer videos that come out. You can go ahead and click that notifications bell to be notified anytime I put out a new video. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.